Mandy hurried over to Ed, grabbed part of the rope, and began to pull. Ed neared the boat's edge but continued to apply his strength to the rope. He looked over the edge and then let out a startled cry. A man with long blonde hair was holding onto the ring. He was almost out of the water. "Keep pulling," Ed instructed, backing away from the edge and joining Mandy. Together, they pulled until the man was in the boat. Then, in perfect unison, they let out a loud scream. Ed and Mandy hadn't pulled a man onto their boat. They had saved something that was half man, half fish. The strange creature flopped on the deck. It tried to lift itself up, but fell back onto the boat's floor. "Stay back," Ed demanded as Mandy moved forward. He looked at the creature in bewilderment. The top half of the thing was a normal-looking man. However, the rest of him was just a sparkly blue fish tail. "He needs help." Mandy harbored a deep appreciation for this creature. Although it was certainly creepy, it had saved her life. She knelt beside the creature and stared at it, amazed at its beauty. The top half of the man was completely normal except for the fish fins that were on both of his arms. As Mandy stared at the unidentified entity, it suddenly occurred to her what it was. Mandy looked at Ed, her eyes wide with wonder. "Do you know what this is?" "No. Is it even a man?" "Yes," Mandy replied, looking at the scratches and cuts that covered its body. "It's a merman." Ed looked at Mandy with bulging eyes. "I don't doubt anything now," he confessed, approaching the merman. "He's badly hurt." Ed pointed to the merman's arms and chest. "He needs medical attention." "Are you all right?" Mandy asked the merman. The merman lay still on the ground. His eyes were closed, and he was breathing heavily. "He looks like he's in a lot of pain. Maybe we should—" "He stopped breathing." Mandy cut Ed off and gestured wildly towards the merman's still silent chest. She immediately jumped into action and began performing CPR. Ed watched in amazement as his new girlfriend changed into an emergency medical technician. If someone were to tell him what this day would entail, he wouldn't have believed it. Although he hoped Mandy's CPR efforts would revive the merman, he was more concerned about her catching a weird disease. Ed felt like being sick as he watched Mandy perform mouth to mouth. "He's coming around." Mandy was so relieved when the merman coughed up water and opened his eyes. She was getting dizzy. Performing CPR much longer would have been out of the question. "Thank you," the merman said breathlessly. He looked at his fish tail and flapped it up and down a few times. Then he looked at his arms and flexed them. The fins on his arms rose up and down as he moved. The merman sighed in relief when he realized he was okay.